Have you thought about why dealing with a difficult ex feels like navigating a minefield without a map? It's because just as in a minefield, a single misstep can trigger an emotional explosion, leaving you wounded and confused. The echoes of past arguments, unresolved issues, and lingering feelings turn the simplest conversations into a game of chess, where every move is calculated, every word weighed. Dealing with a difficult ex is an emotional tightrope walk. You're balancing on a thin line, juggling between your past and your present, your feelings and their feelings, your healing and their healing. It's like being in a labyrinth of emotions, with no clear exit in sight. You need to tread lightly, yet firmly. You need patience, resilience, and above all, a clear strategy. It's a challenge, no doubt, one that requires strength, understanding, and emotional intelligence. But fear not. Just as there's a technique to navigate a minefield, there's also a way to handle a difficult ex. First things first. Understanding their perspective. Now, this might seem like a tall order, but it's a crucial step in dealing with a difficult ex. Imagine for a second stepping into their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes. This is not about condoning their actions or absolving them of any wrongs. No, this is about empathy, about gaining insight into their thought process. You see, when we truly understand where someone is coming from, we can better anticipate their reactions, their needs, and their triggers. It's like deciphering a complex code, only this time the code is a person with feelings, with a history, with a perspective unique to them. And yes, this takes patience. It takes clear, open-minded communication. It might even mean setting aside your own feelings momentarily, not to compromise them, but to gain a more rounded view of the situation. Remember, understanding doesn't mean agreeing, but it does pave the way for smoother communication. Now, let's talk about boundary. Ever heard of them? Boundaries, folks, are your invisible force field. They are your personal rules of engagement that dictate how you want to be treated. When dealing with a difficult ex, setting clear and firm boundaries is not just important, it's essential. Why, you ask? Well, boundaries protect your emotional well-being. They help manage interactions with your ex, ensuring that you're not constantly pulled into their drama or negativity. Think of them as your personal safety net, catching you when you start to fall into old patterns of behavior. Establishing these boundaries can be challenging, but it's worth it. Start by deciding what you're comfortable with. What topics are off limits? What kind of communication is acceptable? Are there certain times or places that are no-go zones? Once you've got that figured out, it's time to communicate these boundaries to your ex. Now, this doesn't mean you need to have a sit-down meeting over coffee. A simple, concise message will do. State your boundaries clearly without blaming or criticizing. Remember, this is about your needs, not their shortcomings. Maintaining these boundaries is where the real work comes in. Consistency is key here. If you give in just once, it sends a message that your boundaries can be pushed. Don't let that happen. Stick to your guns, even when it's tough. But what if they don't respect your boundaries? Well, that's where self-respect comes in. If your ex continues to cross the line, remind them of your boundaries. If they persist, it might be time to consider limiting contact or seeking professional help. And finally, remember that setting boundaries is not about punishing your ex. It's about creating a healthier dynamic for both of you. It's about ensuring that you can interact in a respectful and positive manner regardless of your past. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines for respectful interaction. What about keeping emotions in check? Oh, those pesky little things. Yes, those emotions that can make us feel on top of the world one moment and down in the dumps the next. When dealing with a difficult ex, it's crucial to keep these emotions in check. Allowing them to dictate our interactions can often lead to increased conflict and stress. So how do we manage this emotional roller coaster? There are a few ways. First, practice mindfulness. This involves focusing on the present moment and accepting it without judgment. It's about acknowledging your feelings, but not letting them steer your actions. Also, lean on the people you trust. Friends, family, or even a professional counselor can provide a sounding board for your thoughts and feelings. They can offer perspective, advice, or simply a comforting presence when things get tough. Managing emotions isn't about suppression. It's about understanding and healthy expression. Remember, it's okay to feel, but don't let your feelings control you. Last but not least, let's discuss finding support and moving forward. It's crucial to remember that you're not alone on this journey. There's an entire network of people around you who want nothing more than to see you thrive. Whether they're friends, family, or even professional therapists and counselors, don't hesitate to lean on them when things get tough. They can provide a listening ear, sound advice, or simply a comforting presence when you need it most. However, remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and determination. You're acknowledging the situation and making active strides to improve it. That takes courage and resilience, qualities you should be proud of. Now let's talk about moving forward. It's easy to get stuck in the past, especially when it involves someone you once shared a significant part of your life with. But the key to moving forward is to focus on the future. Don't let your past dictate your future. Instead, use it as a stepping stone towards a better and brighter tomorrow. Start by setting realistic and achievable goals for yourself. It could be anything from picking up a new hobby, traveling to a place you've always wanted to visit, or even just dedicating more time to self-care. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that brings you joy and fulfillment. Next, practice mindfulness. This involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. It allows you to accept your feelings without letting them control you, paving the way for healing and growth. Lastly, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take towards moving on is a victory worth celebrating. So pat yourself on the back every now and then. You're doing great. Remember, the journey to moving forward is not a race, but a marathon. It's not about how fast you get there, but the lessons you learn and the growth you experience along the way. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting, it means choosing your happiness over your history. I believe this video was helpful for those that have been experiencing challenges with their ex. Check the description for my information and feel free to click any of the listed links of products to make purchase on Amazon. These products would help spice up your dating affairs, relationship, and marriage. Be sure to give a thumbs up by clicking the like icon. Also, leave a comment on your thoughts and share to those that would benefit from the message on this content. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay updated with latest videos. Your subscription helps us grow and reach out to many. Thanks for watching.